Welcome back, and we're joined by Mr. C.S. Vigneshwar, who's president of FADA, joining us this morning on the auto sales numbers, of course, to give us a sense as to how he's viewing them. Great having you here, Mr. Vigneshwar. I mean, very strong numbers, right, is what we've seen for the month of June. Even on the passenger vehicle side of things, the numbers were largely strong. Give us a sense. Do you believe that we can continue to hold up despite this delayed monsoon of sorts that we're seeing?
So this particular question started off from GST 2.0. How long will good things last? But I guess we've been lucky. We are very grateful for that. It's gone well. The last quarter of last year, calendar year, and the first two quarters have been phenomenal. And June again has been a month with a lot of pleasant surprises. Overall, as a industry, I think it's the best ever June with two-wheelers, PVs, CVs, three-wheelers, all of them having the best ever June. So I think the industry is doing well despite these minor hiccups which we face all on the way. I think things are good. Things are looking hunky-dory. The dealer sentiment also is good because we have a sentiment study every month regarding what they think about the previous month and what's the short-term, long-term, and medium-term thoughts. And all of them have been very positive until now.
With regard to rural, do you expect that to probably recover come July in a more stronger fashion? Because for rural, it was a slightly softer June. Would you term it as that?
It is a softer June. That's because mainly due to the delayed monsoons, but I guess the monsoons have set in finally, and we'll be seeing the rural also start contributing as usual. When you look at it in the last few years, rural economy has been really contributing to the Indian automotive scene in a very, very strong way. I think that's going to continue to happen. The tractor sales, when you see, it's about 25%, 21% more than last year, same month of June. So which means there is investments going on into the rural market. The farmers are investing, and therefore the sowing and the harvesting is going to happen very soon. And this would again lead to a positivity and also cash flows in the rural economy. Medium term and long term, we are very, very bullish about the rural economy.
Hi, Mr. Vigneshwar. How do you look at demand coming in for the electric vehicles at this point in time? Have you seen a spurt in the last few months, especially after the West Asia crisis? And my second question is on the CV demand at this point in time, or in demand for vehicles, because there has been price hikes which have been undertaken by all the OEMs. How is the demand scenario at this point?
The demand scenario for the commercial vehicles, I'll answer that first, has been fantastic, especially the light and medium duties and also the last mile commercial vehicles. They've been doing really well. The freight rates again are quite strong, and hopefully they get even better. When you also look at EV sales, I think EV sales has had a great run. Perhaps it has been fast-tracked by the West Asia crisis, but we need to see whether the pace is genuine long-term in terms of the higher pace in the last 3 months. But in the long-term and medium-term, we are quite confident that the industry is going to shift to alternative fuels. Last year, we ended the alternative fuel penetration at about 35%. We're already at 40% this year. So I think it's fantastic that more and more car manufacturers are started thinking about CNG, about EVs and hybrids. More of them are participating in it. We also have a lot of manufacturers bringing their new EV vehicles and also hybrids in the next few months. So all this is going to help. Apart from that, we also are seeing a strong demand in the two-wheeler EV segment, where it's already crossed 10% last month in terms of penetration.
What about CV? That has really surprised on the upside in terms of the sales numbers, Mr. Vigneshwar. Can that sustain really? What is causing this momentum? Are those factors continuing can we continue to build on some of the factors, which is why we're seeing the momentum? Give us a sense of some of those trends.
The CV was having a very soft couple of years until GST came in. Ever since GST has come in 2.0 coming in, I think we've been having fantastic demand. A lot of it is replacement, but a lot of it also is because of the higher commercial activities happening. Last mile delivery being a very important fact, but also goods movement. The economy is doing well. A lot of goods needs to be transported. This again is helping the commercial vehicle demand. We think it's here to stay. It is not a spurt because the last 9 months have been quite good for commercial vehicles overall.
And I'm just trying to also understand how should one try and view price hikes, because those will also start to come through, right? I mean, most auto manufacturers, OEMs have spoken about price hikes, just given the fact that you're seeing elevated levels in terms of metal prices. Some of those price hikes may translate maybe over the next 3 to 6 months. Would that at all impact demand in any fashion? Is that front-loading demand by any chance? Is that something you're seeing as a trend?
There could be a little bit of front loading. There's also the reality of prices going up, not only the natural swing upwards, but also because of these crises happening in West Asia in terms of aluminum, petroleum products, the cost is going up. But I mean, at 28%, 25%, 20% growth, I don't think we're going to have much of a hiccup if there's a little bit of prices going up, which is a reality. Inflation is a reality, and the manufacturers work with extreme caution and efficiencies to make sure they mitigate this. But despite it, there would be price hikes, and it's inevitable, and I don't think it's going to affect our growth rates in the industry.
Mr. Vigneshwar, how do you look at the CV demand if further hikes are put in place? Do you think that there might be an impact on the demand because of that? Because prices have increased and they're not going to get rolled back soon. While the raw material prices have gone up, so that passing of raw material costs will happen gradually to all the vehicles.
I don't think there's going to be a hiccup today. No one, very few customers buy their trucks after giving a check. Most of it is actually finance. And at the end of the day, when you're able to finance a vehicle for 5 years, 7 years, a percentage or a couple of percentage hike in prices, yes, it does have an impact. But in terms of EMIs, it's a very small impact, and I think that can be absorbed. But at the same time, I'm sure that the OEMs are doing their best possible to make sure they're mitigating the cost increase and optimizing the prices to the customers.
Okay, Mr. Vigneshwar, great having you. Great having your perspective as always. Thanks so much for coming in and giving us that.
Thank you.
Well, viewers, what we'll do is completely timed out, in fact, on this edition of First Trades. From myself, Sajid, everyone who puts this show together, thanks so much for watching. More action to follow. Stay tuned to ET Now.